Howdy all, welcome to Lex Lives. I think it's time we play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright. Potato picking time. I'm sorry, I don't have enough food at the moment to... I should go look for potato fields. I think that's what I'm gonna do once I get going here. Is go look for some potato fields. I know there's a cornfield here next to my base, but I have seen potato fields, and I obviously need much larger source of potatoes than I currently have. So if I can get 30 potatoes at a time, I think that will... Oh man. Because it's 5 potatoes per, so I can make like 3 stews at a time, and it would be nice if I could make a little more. Because it basically takes that to even get going, practically. Here, I don't need this iron on me either. Or this lead. Okay. Ooh, that's a lot of stone. Ooh, I hear a zombie. Oh, did I make grilled meat? No, 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 no. Oh, no, that's okay. Whew. I was worried there for a second that I grilled up all my meat, but no, I told it to make... That's actually gonna take a while. So I think I will just go ahead and let this burn. We'll head out and look for some potatoes. Potatoes. Yeah, I just sat down with my dinner here. And it's still a little hot, so I thought I would maybe record this before I finished eating. And then, of course, get a message from my gaming group. They're like, hey, we're ready to start. At no point am I ready to go this early in the evening. I just finished with work. It is basically dinner time right about now for me. They're sending me messages. Lack. No. Actually, I also want to see if I can handle dinner. Honestly, at the moment, took a couple bites here to see how that goes in my stomach. I'm still not feeling the best. Oh man, I missed a whole day of everything. Saturday. I didn't practically get out of bed with the stomach flu. It was terrible. Terrible. My throat's a little dry too. Actually, I'm gonna need to stop, take a drink here. So of course today I'm experiencing a bit of, I don't know, I still got it a little bit, and probably a little dehydration on top of that since I couldn't manage to bother with anything. Man, there are no potato plants here. Alright, let's see. Where's the closest? There's a big one south. I think that big one to the south is probably the closest, so let's go there, see if I can find some potato plants. Strangely enough, we're actually going to be playing 7 Days to Die in the gaming group tonight. They decided to pick it back up and for at least a couple of sessions, I guess, and so we're gonna be playing some of that, just some regular random gen But he has the difficulty set easier than this. And I actually think this might be too easy. I mean, honestly, once you get a base established and you stay out of the zombies' paths down on the ground, it's not... I mean, sure, I die all the time, but only when I do stupid things, like not pay attention, or zombies miraculously appear out of nowhere and get me. I don't appreciate that when that happens, but it does. I deal with it. Yeah. At least this time they did post that they were going to be playing earlier. They just didn't. I don't know. For some reason, it didn't light up for me and let me know that they had sent me a message. So, but they are definitely going to have to wait until I'm finished. I was kind of hoping we'd play D&D tonight, because we didn't play last week, and we normally play every other week, but I don't know. I think this is the second time we've canceled a D&D night with this particular group, and we meet every week for game night, and we met last week for game night. They just didn't play D&D. Okay, there's a cornfield. And so I was hoping that we'd get to play this week because, I mean, if you need some extra time to finish prepping, well, I mean, you got an extra week. I mean, let's face it, this is 3 weeks. I don't care what you're doing. It's enough time to prep for a D&D session unless you're building physical models to scale or something, but we're not doing that. We're playing on a simulated tabletop with maybe some maps. Usually not though. Usually we're, you know, just basically in voice chat talking to each other. And so I mean, there's not that much prep usually, and I don't know. They always talk about all these models they've done. We've made all these maps for combat on, and I can't wait for you guys to see them. And then we might get to 1 combat a week, and then they complain about having to make models all the time. So I don't know which it is. Either you got them or you don't. But yeah. So I guess we're not playing D&D tonight. We were getting ready to infiltrate an enemy city, if we can figure out how to do that. I'm sure it's going to involve hours of planning and which I hate. I don't hate it, I guess. I like to have a plan, but I don't think it needs to be as in-depth as they try to make it out to be. And was that a feral? I don't think it was. No. Whoops, I missed your head. No, it's man, twitchy. I was waiting for my... Dang it. I was waiting for my aimer to reappear on the screen once my crossbow had finished reloading. It was a farmer without a hat on. Or do the farmers not have hats? I know there's a farmer, I think, with a hat. I think I need to stop and get water too, so I need to watch for water. Hey, doggy. It looks like this place is also bust for potatoes. What a shame. Okay. However, there does appear to be plenty of water down here. Yeah, Oop, oop. Hung up. It's, I really like playing the D&D, not gonna lie, and I hate when we miss it. I don't always enjoy it while I'm playing it, but I really like to play it. Which I guess is probably true of almost anything you do, right? Sometimes I don't enjoy playing video games, but I really like to play video games. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm curious to see how we're going. Oh, I was going to look at the map to make sure I'm heading toward a town. You think a desert town down here looking is going to have potatoes? I doubt it. We'll see, though. Maybe we'll pass some little farm on the way that's got potato plants out. It's really weird because the random gin map that we spawned into for the Monday night game has actually got like 3 fields of potatoes all in the same little town. So I was kind of hoping to find one of those. Yeah, I know our Wednesday night game last week. Finally leveled up on there. So I don't know what we're gonna do this week. We didn't. Oh, that's right. That's right. We were told what we were doing. We don't have to make the decision. We were told what we were doing. Some guy who spoke to us once, who has no impact on our story, has ordered us to come and carry something for him somewhere because the DM decided so. Which is not how you're supposed to run a D&D game. There's nothing wrong with sending us a message that he'd like to see us, that he has something for us, a package for us to deliver, if we would be so kind. But you don't tell your players, next session you're going to be running this package for this guy. Especially when we're in the middle of saving the world. We are in the second half of the campaign. There's only 2 halves, so we are invading the elemental temples. There are only 3 left. We've cleared 2 of the 5, and so we're almost in the middle of the we're almost in the middle of the second half. And he wants us to run side quests now. I found a bunch of stuff I'd like you guys to do before we finish this campaign. So all those times when we asked people for stuff to do, and you said there wasn't anything for us to do, now you want us to run all that stuff we were asking for back when we didn't know what was going on. Gotcha. It's my huge pet peeve playing D&D so far, is when you finish something and then you go to find out what's going on, what to do next. And I have yet to play in a game that's seriously storied. On the one hand, we kind of have one, but nobody else seems interested in it in our Monday night game. And that bothers me a little bit. Because if I was the DM, there'd be some serious consequences already happening because my party ignored what was going on. And there'd be some serious consequences happening based on what's went down. We in our Monday night game, we we're based out of this city, and we left to go deal with some stuff, and we were gone for like a week. And in the week while we were gone, when we came back, for whatever reason, we never did find out why they picked this particular location. Drow came up to the surface and had summoned a thick black cloud cover over the city, and the gates were sealed with spider webs because Drow are dark elves who love spiders, and so they, in fact, their god is goddess is a spider goddess of, I want to say, chaos. She likes chaos and torture and death, and so they were trying to summon her in the town, and so we stopped them. And then yeah, desert city, not a great spot for potatoes. Looks like there's another one to the south of here. There's not really a road, so maybe we'll try some cross-country. It's getting nighttime. I should probably head home, not out deeper. So then we get information that there's another group of them. They were trying to summon their goddess into the city. And we got information there was another group of them trying to do something similar. Oh no, there definitely is a river, but it looks like... No, there is not a road here. And so we headed off after the other group. And we stopped the other group. And then, in the course of all that, we discovered there's actually an entire organization attempting to summon ancient, horrible beasts to the surface for some reason. And then my party went on a vacation. And I'm like, what? I'm like, we need to go after this stuff. They are summoning evil deities. We need to put a stop to it before it happens. We can't fight an evil god. We can fight the people trying to summon one, but we probably can't fight an evil god. And they're like, you know, we haven't been to that other city on our continent yet. We should probably go there and check out what's there. No, we have a clue. It goes to the other continent. We need to... Oh, great. That is a terrible time to run out of gas. Oh, man. I hope I've got enough gas to get down here. And, yeah, so we actually hung out in a totally different city, unrelated to the big evil deity summoning quest line, and did things. Basically, there was a monster hunter guild that we took up quests for a little bit. And, not by my choice. I voted to go to the city with the clues, which actually, once we got there, had no clues. So I guess that was okay that we didn't go anywhere because nothing evil had been summoned and we couldn't find anybody. And now it feels like we've moved on to a different quest and have completely ignored at least 2 other groups summoning deities somewhere. And I don't like that. That, like I said, if I was a deity, the demon gods would have been summoned at this point, and huge swaths of the other continent would have been enslaved, and would have completely reshaped the quests that we had been doing. But that's not what happened with our DM. With our DM, we got there, and everything was normal, and we looked around town, and nothing was going on, and nobody had anything for us to do, which I hate. Ooh. Is this my potato patch I was looking for? It is. Potato patch. You make me so happy. And, you know, and now we're involved in a... I feel like... I think that... I guess I don't feel it. I think that we're heading toward another one of these groups with our current anti-slave request. I'm assuming that's what's going on in this city, and that we have to stop them from summoning Resh or something like that, whatever the orc god is, because we're dealing with orcs. But, yeah, we didn't get any clues that direction. And I hate that. I really hate when they make everything so convoluted that you can't figure out what's going on, and then there's no clues. Oh, look, there's a nice... I can go off-road from here and head home. And, although it hasn't been too bad, usually there's something for us to do. I did complain about it. So, I've mentioned it before, but there was a session or two where we had to go to every person we ever met and just start asking random people on the street in the game if there was anything they needed us to do, because there was nothing for us to do. And I just, you know, I feel like, you know, the one game that I was running that hasn't run for a while now because my players are scattered hither, thither, and yon at the moment. Actually, about half my players are sick with this stomach flu at the moment. Not that that would impact us playing or not, because we haven't played since, like, November. But, you know, I give them several options from several people, you know, and when they go to someone for information, that person might have some information on something, and I don't seem to get that in the other 2 games I play in. Oh, especially the one game. Oh man, that Wednesday night game, our DM likes to talk a lot, but he doesn't actually provide us with anything useful. Then he gets mad when we don't want to listen to him talk. And he gets really mad when we don't want to listen to him talk. Which, it would be fine if we asked the person for information, but they just show up out of the blue and then start talking to us, and we're like, who are you? Oh, well, we're, you know, we're just random, friendly... No, why aren't you... What are you doing out here in the middle of nowhere? We just killed a pack of hellhounds not 20 feet from this spot. Who are you and why are you here? Well, can't you tell from our gear who we are? Sure, I see you're dressed like people, an organization we're familiar with, but that doesn't mean anything. You don't just wander randomly around in the middle of nowhere? Well, we heard you cleared out all the bandits from the nearby keep. We thought we would Oh, I see. So you're opportunists who showed up to take over the keep. I got it. No, we're not opportunists. We're the what are they called? They're the something knights. I can't remember what they're called. And we patrol these areas to make sure things like bandit-full keeps don't happen. Oh, well, you're not doing a good job because this is like the fourth one we've cleared out, and every time we go to one of them now, you guys are there. I feel like you're opportunist. I feel like you're just waiting for somebody to come along and do all the hard work, and now suddenly there's enough of you to hold multiple locations, because the first time we met you, you were all held up in your own little castle, ignoring everything else that was going on. We don't have to talk to us like that. Well, you don't have to show up out in the middle of nowhere talking to me in the middle of the woods while I'm trying to do something. It's very bizarre. I don't need random NPC to show up to want to talk to me. I don't need it. Because he's not going to have information. There's a character in the game who's supposed to be like the information broker. And the book describes that he uses all the children as spies and stuff like that. That dude had zero information every time we talked to him. None. He doesn't know anything about anything. The only time he has ever given us actual information was when we didn't want it. And there's a guy from the first campaign or the first story line that we did. He also randomly showed up with information we didn't ask for. And he took it to the other guy because we didn't have time to be bothered with him because we were on our way somewhere. And so it had to be deciphered, and he wanted to know if we wanted to go with him and wait in town while it was deciphered. And then once it was deciphered, then we could plan our... And we're like, we're already on our way to this place to do something. Oh, well, you just want me to continue taking it on to the town then? Yeah, we do. Because we already are in the middle of something, buddy. Guy we didn't ask to show up with information we didn't want. The ancient histories of the area. We don't need the ancient histories of the area. We know there's 4 cults. We gotta kill them all. I guess I'm more of a... Just... make it happen naturally. Don't be suddenly showing up with random NPC who wants to talk for... Seriously, when we got the information, our DM... talked to us for 45 minutes. 45 minutes of stuff that had nothing to do with what we were doing. 45 minutes of dwarven histories, and none of it helps. None of it helps. Not one piece of information he gave us matters, because he's changed the layout of everything. And so we can't even use what the history's told us because none of those places are connected anymore. And yeah, it gets bizarre. It gets bizarre. Well, I think this is probably a good place to call it. I made it back home. I actually made it back home a little easier. And you know what? I'm gonna close my... This isn't going to keep anybody out, but I'm going to close it anyways. Oh, man, you know what? I do not have fuel. Oh, man, I forgot about that. I should have used my time getting fuel, not... Well, I suppose technically potatoes are fuel, but, my generator ran out of gas... Okay, and I wound up with 59 potatoes. Nice. So I'm going to turn 15 of those into a second row of potato plants, leaving me with 44 potatoes. Which should leave me with 8 8 meat stews I can make. I can only make 4 at the moment because I don't have enough corn. Corn is easy enough to come by though, because, well, as soon as it's ready to go, because it comes in 3s, not 2s. Alright, anyways, with that, I'm going to call it a night. So click like if you like, subscribe, share, and catch the next one. I will talk to you later.